This is the Energy Shift Show podcast, where we talk about spirituality and how to live your best life today. All it takes is a shift in perception. Hello, beautiful souls. Deb here, and I'm so excited you're joining me for today's show. As CEO of the Harmonic Sovereignty Studio, my goal with the podcast is to motivate you by sharing insights and also take you along as I speak to knowledgeable people that I have found inspiring to me throughout my years as an energy medicine practitioner and intuitive guide. I cover topics that I'm passionate about, all things under my 3 pillars of attune, anchor, and amplify. Attune into your energy and your inner wisdom to gain clarity on what truly matters for your passion in life and your well-being. Anchoring grounds your insights with practical tools and daily rituals that support sustainable, soul-aligned growth. And amplifying, well, that elevates your impact and vitality by expanding your energy, sharing your gift, and creating lasting change from a place of alignment. Now listen up for this exciting episode to begin. I will read the disclaimer. This podcast and the topics discussed stem from my own curiosity and desire to learn and should never be taken as direct medical advice. I am not a doctor, dietitian, nor any other medical professional. Please always consult your trusted provider regarding your health and your wellness. Hi there. So, you woke up this morning and before your feet even hit the floor, you already felt it. That low-grade dread, that why is everything so heavy feeling that you can't quite name. You built this business. You poured yourself into it. You love what you do. At least you used to. But somewhere along the way, it started to feel like a calling, and it started to feel less like a calling and more like a job that you can't quit. If that's where you are right now, my friend, I need you to hear something before anything else. You are not broken. You're not weak. And you are definitely not someone who just needs to push through harder. What you're experiencing has a name. And today, we're going to talk about it. Welcome to the Energy Shift Show. I'm Debbie Sodergren, transformational guide, Reiki master teacher, and founder of Up Vibrations and Harmonic Sovereignty. For 27 years, I've worked at the intersection of energy healing, executive wellness, and soul-aligned business strategy. And in all of that time, working with high-achieving entrepreneurs, visionary leaders, and brilliant driven women, the pattern I see over and over again is this. The exhaustion isn't coming from the work. It's coming from the misalignment. Today, I'm going to walk you through exactly what I mean by that. We're going to talk about why your business is draining you. We're going to explore a tool that I call the energetic audit. And I'm going to share a piece of my own story, the moment that I finally understood what was happening to me. And then I'm going to tell you about something I'm opening up, and I think could genuinely shift everything for you. Let's begin. Here's the framework I want you to hold for this whole conversation. Energy is currency. Not a metaphor, not a spiritual platitude. A literal operating reality for your business. Every task you do, every meeting that you take, every piece of content that you create, every sales conversation that you have, it either deposits energy into your system or it withdraws from it. And here's what most business educations completely miss. The strategy doesn't matter if the energy doesn't add up. You can have the best funnel in the world. You can have a brilliant offer, a clear message, a full calendar. And if the activities that make up your day are constantly drawing from your reserves without replenishing them, you will feel exactly the way many of you are feeling right now. Depleted, flat, like you're doing all the right things and you're still running on empty. I want to offer you a different framework for why this happens. Not the conventional work-life balance conversation, because balance implies two sides of the scale, and that's not how energy actually works. I want to talk about alignment. Every single one of us has what I call an energetic blueprint. It's the unique configuration of how your energy moves, what activates it, what depletes it, and what you're actually built for. In my work, I draw on human design, astrology, and 27 years of intuitive energy facilitation. But here's what I need you to understand. You don't need any of that to know that your blueprint exists. Your body already knows. It's been telling you. You just have been too busy to listen to it. When your business activates, it aligns with your energetic blueprint. You feel alive. You feel lit up. Even after a long day, there's something that feels like satisfaction, completion, rightness. You might be tired, but it's a good tired, the kind that comes from giving what you were meant to give. When your business activities contradict your energetic blueprint, the exhaustion is different. It's corrosive. It's the kind of tired that sleep can't fix. It's the kind that makes you question whether you even want to keep going. It shows up as resentment, numbness, procrastination, and the vague but persistent feeling that something is deeply off. That's not burnout from overwork. That's burnout from misalignment. And here's the reason I need you to understand this distinction. Because the solution to misalignment is not doing less. It's doing differently. It's auditing, really auditing what your business is actually asking of you and where that maps wants to take you to your natural energy. Let me say that again. It's doing differently. It's auditing, really auditing what your business is actually asking of you and where that maps to your natural energy. That's what the energy audit is. That's what we're going to walk through next. But first, I want to tell part of my story. A few years ago, I sat down at my kitchen table on a Tuesday morning. I had a full calendar. I had clients I cared about deeply. I had a business that I had built from nothing with my own two hands, my heart, my energy. That's how I can describe it. And I sat at that table and I couldn't move. Not that I wouldn't move, I couldn't move. It wasn't laziness, it wasn't fear. I had done the mindset work. I had cleared the blocks. I had journaled and meditated and done all the inner work that I was asking my clients to do. And still, nothing. Just this hollow, heavy stillness that felt like my whole system had quietly decided to go on strike. I remember sitting there thinking, I must be doing something wrong. Something must be broken in me. Because how does someone who loves what they do get to a place where she can't make herself open her laptop? Here's what I know now that I didn't know then. I wasn't broken. My business was. Not in the way we usually mean that. Not financially, not strategically. It was broken energetically. The way I had built it, the tasks that I was doing every single day, the way I was showing up, almost none of it was aligned with how my energy actually moves. I'm a manifester in human design. My energy is designed to initiate, to catalyze, to move in powerful bursts, and then rest. Deeply rest. Not the kind of rest that scrolls through Instagram. Real, regenerative, sacred downtime. And I had built a business that demanded something from me every single day. Consistent output, constant visibility, predictability, scheduled, reliable production. Which is perfectly reasonable as a business model for someone who isn't wired the way I am. For me, it was like asking a river to flow like a faucet, smooth and constant and controlled. In rivers, they don't do that. Rivers surge and eddy and go still and then surge again. That's not a flaw in the river or in nature. That's just how rivers work. Once I understood that, everything changed. Not overnight. This kind of shift takes time, but it started with an audit, a real one. Not on my strategy or my offers or my marketing, but an energetic audit. Here's how the energetic audit works. And I want you to actually do this. Not just listen, but get a piece of paper if you can and something to write with. You can pause me if you need to. You can come back to me. Okay. The foundation of the audit is something I call the business activity energy map. It's the premise is this. It's really simple. I want you to list out every recurring activity in your business. Every one. Sales calls, content creation, email, client sessions, cleaning out the computer, administrative tasks, bookkeeping, networking, social media, all of it. Write them down and pause the video if you need to, or the recording if you're listening. If you're listening to it as a podcast with just the audio, just hit the pause button. And when you're done doing that, come back and start me again. Now, hi, this is where it gets real. I want you to assign each one a number on a scale from -3 to +3. -3 means when I do this, I feel something close to dread. I avoid it. I do everything else to procrastinate on it. I feel drained for hours after I do it, or I feel resentment building every time that it comes up. -2. It's not dreadful, but it consistently depletes me. It feels like it costs more than it's giving. And give it a -1 if it's just a mild resistance. There's a little friction there. It's not energizing, but it's not destroying you either. Give it a 0 if it's neutral. Yeah, you do it. It's fine. There's no strong charge either way. Then give it a +1 if it's a slight lift for you. A little energy coming in. Small, but real. Give it a 2 if it's genuinely energizing you. You feel better after doing it than you did before. And give it a positive 3 if this is what you were made for. This lights you up. Time disappears when you start this particular thing. You finish and you still want to do more. Okay. Now, look at your list. Not as a strategy, but at the energy. What do you see? For most of the entrepreneurs that I work with, this is the moment something cracks open because they've never looked at their business this way before. They've been told what to do to grow that everybody else has done. They've been told the activities that are necessary because somebody else did them and it worked for them. But no one has ever asked them, how does this actually feel in your body? It's a good question. It was for me and for my clients. When I did this audit for myself that first time, sitting at the kitchen table, finally willing to be honest, I discovered that roughly 70% of my weekly activities were in negative territory. I had built an entire business on a foundation of things that were draining me. That's not a motivation problem. That's an alignment problem, and it has a solution. The second piece of the audit is what I call the energy drain detective. Once you've mapped your activities, you're looking for the patterns. What kinds of tasks are consistently draining? Are they visibility tasks, showing up on camera, posting daily? Is it administrative tasks, the back end, the logistics, the tech? Is it the sales conversations? Is it client-facing work? Here's what I want you to understand. A negative number doesn't always mean that you stop doing that thing. Sometimes it means that you change how you do it. Sometimes it means you batch it differently. You delegate it, or you find a version of it that honors your energy. Sometimes it means you let it go entirely. I mean, let's be real. But you cannot make those decisions, those good decisions, those soul-aligned decisions, until you can see clearly what your business is actually asking of you. And until you're willing to be honest about how you feel when you give it. That's the audit. That's where it starts, my friends. I've been doing a lot of thinking about how to bring this work to more people in a way that's accessible. Not a $25,000 intensive, not a year-long commitment, but something that actually moves the needle in a real, grounded, immediate way. And what I've landed on is this. I'm opening a beta round of a 4-week experience. Yeah, I'm very excited about this. I'm calling it the Energy Audit for Entrepreneurs. Here's what it is. It's 4 weeks. You get 4 live trainings. We do the full energetic audit together. Not a worksheet you fill out alone at midnight, but a guided, facilitated process with me, walking you through it in real time. We identify where your energy is going, what's draining you, what's misaligned, and we build a 90-day plan that honors your actual energetic blueprint, not someone else's framework for how a business should run. We're not going to should on ourselves. You also get the worksheets, the tools, a live Q&A with me, some hot seat spots, so that you can bring your real questions and your real resistance and a private community where you are held and supported through the process. This is for you if you are a high-achieving entrepreneur who genuinely loves what you do, or you used to, but you're running on fumes. If you've tried the strategies and done the work and you still feel like something is fundamentally off, this is for you. If you wake up tired and you go to bed more tired and you're starting to wonder if it's just you, it's not just you. The beta pricing on this is $2,000. That's $2,000 to do a full energetic audit of your business, create a 90-day alignment plan, and have me with you for the 4 weeks for you to get this all in play. If this is resonating, if your body felt something shift while I was walking you through the audit today, I want you to come join me. The word that I want you to remember is ready. Come find me, send me that word, ready, and I'll get you the details directly. The spots for this beta, for this particular beta round, they're limited, and that's intentional. This is designed to be intimate and personal. And I want to actually know who's really in the room that's ready. So by acting on this now tells me that you're ready, because the price will go up after I fill this beta. I want to leave you with this. There's a moment on a mountain trail, and if you've ever hiked, you know this moment, where you realize you've been fighting the terrain instead of reading it. You've been forcing your way through underbrush when there was a path 12 feet to your left the whole time. You were working so hard, you were moving technically, but you were exhausted in a way that the actual distance didn't warrant. That's what misalignment feels like. That's what we've been talking about today. Your business isn't too hard. You aren't too soft. The path exists. We just need to find your path, the one that was designed for your particular energy, your particular blueprint, your particular way of moving through this world. And that's what the energetic audit is. That's what this energy audit for entrepreneurs is going to be all about. And that's what I'm here for. So thank you for being here with me today on the Energy Shift Show. If this episode spoke something to you, please share it. Share it with a friend who's burning out, with a colleague who's grinding herself into dust, with anyone who needs to hear that there's a different way of doing it. So, I'll see you next week. Until then, may your business energize you and not exhaust you. So until next time, bye for now. Thank you so much for listening to today's episode. If you enjoyed this episode and it aligned with your frequency and the goal of living your best life, you can connect with me at harmonicsovereignty.com or debbiesottergren.com. Check out my YouTube channel, Debbie Sottergren. Follow me on Instagram and Facebook at Harmonic Sovereignty Studio. I invite you to send me your questions or comments or just say hello on social media or email me at debbiesottergren@gmail.com. And remember, a shift in perception is sometimes all it takes for you